Hey! You are listening to the Grumpy Guy BJJ Podcast.
Hey, what's up, guys? Got to take care of a few things before we jump into this week's episode. First, our Ramping Isometrics for BJJ program. It is a 12-week program, all laid out for you. It's going to help you build strength and cardio in the fastest, safest, and most convenient way possible. This is how James and I have been training for the past year, and we love it. So we put this program together so you can just follow along, and we are certain you will see and feel the benefits that we do. It's only $15. Just go to grumpyguybjj.com, click the drop-down menu in the upper right-hand corner, and you'll find it. Next, R3. This is our K2 D3 supplement. It is a combination of those two vitamins, D3 and K2. These are two vitamins that James and I have been taking for a long time that really help us recover from hard training sessions. And for only $15 with free shipping, you get a whole month supply. I was going to pull up some studies explaining the benefits of D3 and K2, but I'm not going to insult your intelligence and pretend to be a fucking scientist. I take it. It helps me recover. That's it. So for $15, check it out. And last but certainly not least, we have partnered up with Jiu-Jitsu.com. They have a ton of awesome BJJ instructionals, and they have hooked us up with a discount code for our listeners. It's Grumpy10. So what you got to do is you go to Jiu-Jitsu.com, which is DIGITSU.com. Find the instructionals you want, throw them in a shopping cart. In the little discount code box, you type in Grumpy10, which is just GRUMPY and the number 10, 10. That's it, no spaces. Boom, you get 10% off. You're up and running. They got a nice app you can download on your phone. That way you can take your instructionals right to the gym with you, watch the technique, drill it. It's a pretty sweet setup. So once again, DIGITSU.com. Discount code Grumpy10, GRUMPY10. Simple as that. To find all this stuff I just got done talking about, go to our website, grumpyguybjj.com. Click the drop-down menu in the upper right-hand corner. There, you'll subscribe to our newsletter for podcast updates. You'll find links for the Ramping Isos program, the R3 Recovery Supplement, and then under the Programs and Products tab, you'll find a link to Jiu-Jitsu.com. And let's be honest, if you guys can't figure out how to navigate a website by now, there's nothing I can do to help you. So quit fucking around, check it out, train hard, and let's get into this week's episode. And boom.
We're back.
We are back.
Yes.
We may have been a little MIA last week.
So yeah, we didn't catch coronavirus because we've been training and die. We went for a bike ride.
Yep.
Instead.
We were gonna record. James said, "Hey, let's go mountain biking." So he tried to kill me.
Yeah.
I
well,
survived.
not yet.
No, you didn't really try to kill. You were very nice.
That's coming.
That was like a little white belt round.
Yeah, just enough to whet your appetite and get you excited about it. That's what you want.
She was fun.
Yeah, dude, super fun. Yeah, I got that. I guess I kind of had it set up as my downhill bike, and so I went and got it set up a little more as a trail bike, which basically meant getting rid of the heavy tires and getting lighter tires and getting a tubeless setup. Because on a bike, man, like that's where you feel the weight the most, is that rotational weight. And so if you're gonna spend money to lighten something up, like do it on the wheels. And then once you get the wheels about as light as you can go, the rest of it, it's not that it's not going to matter, but it's really that rotational weight that you feel the most. And man, it made a huge difference because that bike still weighs over 30 pounds, my white one.
Is that heavy for a bike?
I mean, for a trail bike in this day and age, yeah. I mean, it's I'd say like most people are shooting for like 30 pounds or below. Like that one you were on is about 30 pounds.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it pedaled. If you get the rotational weight down, it makes a big difference. So, but yeah, I had that bike ready to rock because I had that thing sitting there, and I'm like, man, this thing's worthless. Like I don't ride as much downhill as I used to, and this thing's just sitting here year after year, maybe getting ridden, 2, maybe 3 times, and I don't have a bike to be able to take people out, like
me.
Yeah, exactly. Like I got somebody, hey man, let's go for a ride, and if they don't have a bike and I don't have an extra bike, then it ain't gonna happen.
Nope.
So having an extra bike to be able to take people out with it's a luxury, but it's kind of an essential luxury if you're gonna be a mountain biker trying to get new people into the sport. So yeah, I was excited to go out and ride it because I hadn't ridden that bike in forever. That was like I wanted that bike so bad when I was riding a lot, 10 years ago.
The downhill one
that
you were riding last week?
The Cove. Cove is a brand out of Canada, I'm pretty sure. And so they make them in Canada. Like those frames, they're not made in China or Taiwan, like the vast majority of bike frames. Like they're actually made in North America. And man, they always have like the ridiculous names, like the Hooker and the Stiffy. that one's the G-Spot.
Nice.
So it's yeah. But that bike is that is a old school free ride bike. Like that, it's 6 inches of travel. It pedals pretty well, but really where it shines is when you turn it downhill and you start hitting jumps and having fun. So you can pedal it, but you can get super rowdy on it as well. Like you can beat the piss out of that bike. I can still take that thing downhilling. It's just really the rotational weight works in reverse when you're jumping. So you want a little rotational weight because it keeps you steady in the air. And so if your wheels and stuff get too light, your bike can just start to get away from you and feel real twitchy in the air.
Yeah, I'm guessing twitchy in the air is not a good thing.
No, man. You like to have a little, stability under you. So that's the main reason you keep heavier, or one of the main reasons I like heavier wheels on a downhill bike compared to a trail bike. But I can still take that thing downhilling. I don't know that I would take the the Troy. It's a Da Vinci Troy, the one that you were riding. So I could take that thing up to Powderhorn, but it's not made for it. It's not made to just get super rowdy and jump and beat the piss out of. And but yeah, that G-Spot, that's what it's made for. But so I wanted that bike so bad, and then I finally worked out a deal with somebody to get it. He needed training for his wife, and he was he's like, I got a couple of these G-Spot frames if you want to trade. And I was like, oh hell yeah. So I finally got one, and I'm all pumped. And then the fucking ranch shut down, and the whole riding scene went to shit, and all my riding buddies went and did other stuff or whatever. And so I just stopped riding as much. So I got the bike of my dreams, and then I stopped riding. So I was all excited because I got it done up, and I'm like, yes, man, this is the bike that I always wanted. I wanted this thing as a fun trail bike to ride around, and a ranch bike ready to go up there again. I went up there Friday.
You took Z up there, didn't you?
Took Z up there. He had a good crash. Took himself out. Cocky little bastard. Doesn't want to listen to his dad.
Of course not.
No, he did after his crash though. Dude's so funny, man. It's a dual slalom course, which is basically where you got two next to each other, and so it's pretty fun. But it's the tamest trail up there. You can roll the whole thing, but it does have a section or two that gets a little steepy, and so yeah, that's what got him was hitting a berm. But you had to hit the berm and then come into the hill, and he's looking at it, and he's like, oh, I'm just going to cut straight across the corner instead of go around the corner. And of course, when you do that, when you finally have to turn, it's a pretty extreme hard turn, and it's in the sand, and man, he almost ate shit the first time. And he somehow managed to not, and he made it down, and he made it down pretty all right. Outside of that one time, he was good, and that was probably the problem, because immediately he's like, I want to go hit some jumps now.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, dude, he was convinced he was gonna fucking hit jumps up there, and so I had to explain to him that, man, these rollers here, you can jump them, but if you don't clear them, you're going to die. So if you're going to try to jump one, jump the last one, right? So if you have two rollers in a row, and it's you could use it as a double and clear it. But if you hit the first one and you don't, and you kind of land in the face of the second one,
it's going to hurt.
It's going to go bad. And so, just huck the second one to flat because you're not going to make it. And so I'm trying to explain that to him, and I'm like, dude, what are you going to do? He's going to do what he's going to do. And so, yeah, but then he wiped out on that corner pretty good. And it's the hardest crash he's had. So you could tell there was that second where he was like, what the hell? And then
what had his front tire catch and he go over the...
Nah, his front tire washed out and then he just fell over.
We hit the ground pretty good.
Yeah. Now, you know, he got a good little bruise on his leg. It was a good one. But I made him. I was like, man, you got to go up and do it again.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, because if you walk away scared from that and you don't get right back after it imprints psychologically.
It does,
and
man.
You can't.
It's so hard to explain that to a kid, though. You know, so I'm having to like walk a real fine line because if I start to push him too hard, he's not going to want to do it just because I'm pushing him as well. And so I'm trying to explain to him, man, that like the rest of your life is going to be determined by this moment.
No big deal.
Big deal.
Here's the situation, 7-year-old.
Yeah.
You need to grasp
there's two roads right here, and this is going to affect the rest of your life. Like, are you the kind of person who gets back on that horse, or do you fucking stay scared and go, you know? So, yeah, we found the right spot, and he came back, and I showed him how to approach it, and said, you know, hey, when you're coming up on something, you know, you off of your bike and you run up to it pretending you're riding the bike, like see it, like so you know when you're on your bike you feel like you already know what's going on, you're not trying to figure it out. And so he was able to do it. He rode it and then he almost fucking died after, like he comes around the corner and then he doesn't have his brakes on and he just starts picking up speed and I'm like, hit your brakes, and he gets it under control and he's like, all right, I want to do it again. And he comes back, he did it again, he rode that corner again, and then he disappears around the next bend. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess he's going to the bottom. So I jump on my bike because I was kind of standing in that corner because he just wanted to feel like if he's going to fall, like somebody would be there. And I come around that bend and he's standing there looking a little dazed. His bike's over on the side. And I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? He's like, I crashed again. And I don't know. Anyways, he ended up, I think what happened, it was a double roller, basically one of the things that I was telling him. And I don't think he was trying to jump it, but you know, if you don't know how to control your speed and roll things, like you can easily accidentally catch a little air. And I think that's what happened is he accidentally caught a little bit of air and got squirrely in the air and then ended up, you know, wiping out. He said he got tossed over the handlebars. I could see the dirt on his helmet, man. So it's like a good thing he knows how to roll from jiu-jitsu. And so yeah, he was looking a little dazed, and he's like I don't want to do it again. I don't want to ride down. I was like, man, you know what? That's fine. I understand. Like, you know, you faced the first demon. You did it. You know, like part of it is the bike that he has needs better brakes. And just simply from a modulation standpoint, like riding around on the street here, you don't need like, you know, brakes that have a lot of modulation. Like you can pretty much be hands off or grab the brakes to slow down. You can't do that mountain biking. Like you have to have a finger on the brakes pretty much, you know, not at all times, but if there's anything going on, like you got to be able to check your speed. And so you need a little bit better brakes than what he has to do that. And so I didn't feel like, you know, pushing him just because I know, like, man, your equipment's not working for you right now. Like riding these kind of trails is not what this bike is made for. Like this is, you know, adults struggle coming down this trail. So, but anyway, so yeah, we sat there. At one point, he's like, everything hurts. I was like, yeah, I know the feeling, man. So, yeah, we walked it down and then checked out some other stuff. But, yeah, I was watching a bunch of guys were there and they were hitting this big step-up jump. And I was like, man, I want to do that. I remember that feeling. So, I could almost see myself. But I had to go before I went and grabbed my bike and started trying to jump it. It's like, hey, this bike that I haven't ridden in forever and I just got this work done too. And I picked it up on the way up there. So it's like, I haven't ridden it at all. Yeah, let's go grab it and start doing jumps. Sounds smart.
Probably not a good idea.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun doing some jumps. It's a different feeling bike. It's got smaller wheels, the 26-inch wheels, and the big thing now is bigger wheels. No pun intended. The 27.5 is what you got, and like 29-inch wheels are real popular. But you realize that you can get those wheels feeling really close to the feel, like just quickness and nimbleness and agility of smaller wheels, but you're never going to match it. Like smaller wheels are always going to be a little quicker, a little more nimble, and a little more agile. And man, I could tell, like that bike's so much fun to ride. Like I was having so much fun when we went out Saturday. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I was like, dude, this thing is just a blast to ride. But it takes an aggressive, like athletic riding style to really make use of that. And that's just not most people's riding style. So I can understand why 26 is dying.
Okay.
You know, yep. Yeah, like it's really hard to find a 26-inch wheel trail bike anymore. You can still find them downhill, but even that's starting to go away. But yeah, your new generation, man, your average rider, I mean, you're just not, an aggressive athletic style is not what is encouraged because it's not efficient, but it's fucking fun. So I'm not always going out for a 4-hour ride. Sometimes I'm going out for a 45-minute ride. I want to pack as much fun as I can in that 45 minutes. And, you know, people are always riding like, oh, you got to be efficient because, you know, I don't know, you might have to ride all day long. You never know. It's like, no, I know exactly how long I'm riding. I'm going to put that much fucking energy. Yeah.
Back into the car.
Yeah, exactly. So like that, I don't know if you noticed, but like that trail that we rode, I don't have a dropper post. And so I just left my seat all the way down the whole time. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's not something most people would do. Like they would just leave it up the whole time. But that's just, to me, that's so fucking boring. Just sitting there and pedaling with your ass stuck in this one place by the seat, or always having to like maneuver around it and deal with it. And it's like, dude, I'll deal with climbing. I'll suffer on that so I can have more fun. And even climbing, like getting your fucking the seat out of the way so that you can move your body and your bike. I mean, you noticed that. Yeah, so you've got an athletic, aggressive style. It's just kind of naturally what you do because you have the tools for it and, you know, the mindset. But, yeah, trying to stand up and attack climbs as opposed to, like, just gearing down and sitting and locking into the adult fetal position and trying to sit and spin your way up is not the norm, unfortunately.
No, I followed your lead. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing, but I just put... On that bike you gave me, I had that dropper post, but I did not feel I had the skills or the knowledge, you know, when to raise it or when to put it all the way down. Yeah. So I just put it all the way down.
Yeah.
I just put it down.
Put it down and stand up, man.
Like, that's what James is doing. I'll just follow him.
Yeah. It's a way better, more enjoyable way to ride bikes.
That's fun, man. That was the first time I've been on the trail in like 10 years probably. And I got, like you said, we've told the story on here many a times. That's why I got out of it, because it sucked.
Yeah.
I was getting hurt all the time.
Yeah. Clipless pedals, man. Yeah. Drove you out.
I did.
When I did a post saying, you know, because we took that little fucking selfie picture or whatever. And I posted that and just said something about that. Like, you know, got you out on the trail. You know, so like you used to ride until you got tired of dealing with the frustration and injuries of clipless pedals. And then, you know, I mentioned that you're a jiu-jitsu black belt with a few MMA fights under your belt. So it's not that you can't take pain and frustration, right? Because that's one of the things that people throw out there. It's like, oh, you just couldn't you couldn't just deal with what it took to learn how to ride clipless pedals. Like, you're a pussy. Like, it's kind of the underlying thing. If you don't ride clipless pedals, you're a pussy. You just couldn't, you know, everyone knows, yeah, there is a period of time that you're going to get fucked up, but it's a rite of passage. And if you're not willing to deal with that rite of passage, that makes you a pussy. And I was just, you know, so I like preemptively, I was like, you know, this guy's not a pussy. And so, you know, just like any sane person, he just, you know, started to question getting hurt by these things. And, you know, so anyways, it was funny. But yeah, that's the, that norm of people going on to those fucking clipless pedals. Yeah, Kelly told you she saw some girl fall over on the trail. Like, or maybe not, yeah. Or the same trail we were riding.
Right, Rustler's Loop there.
Yeah. That first stop that we stopped at where we were overlooking the river.
Yep. And where that lady was fixing her bike.
Yeah, lady was fixing her bike, yeah. So, you know, she was stopped there. I guess somebody was riding up and then went to stop on the trail and then couldn't get unclipped and fucking falls over.
Oh no, I do remember telling me that because she fell towards the
started falling
cliffside.
towards the cliffside. You know, not she wasn't like in danger, but it was enough to be like, you know, whoa, because yeah, what the fuck? That's not the direction that you want to fall, and she couldn't control what direction she was falling, and yeah, and then her friend comes riding up behind her and it's like, oh, are you all right? And she's just like, oh yeah, haha, you know, it's just, I'm just getting used to it. You know, once you get used to them, they're great, but you know, everybody falls when they start, and just, you know, it's really weird, man. I compare it to, I mean, honestly, on some levels, it's like the battered wife syndrome. It's like these clipless pedals keep hurting you, and yet it's always your fault.
You just keep falling down the stairs.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, there's just a steady stream of excuses for these things. These things hurt people. I mean, honestly, the dirty truth is like they kill people. Like, there are people who die or have like serious head and neck injuries as a direct result of not being able to get unclipped, and it affecting how they fall and the trajectory and what happens. And like, you know, people end up like fucking running into trees and shit, because again, you can't control where you're going, and you end up like, you know, fucking running into trees. And it's a really nasty little secret. Like, it's not talked about, because again, if you do, you're an asshole. If you bring it up, if you bring up how dangerous these things are, you're the asshole. And then they have this ready-made just laundry list of excuses for them. Oh, they didn't have the tension set right. Oh, you know, this or that. But it's never the fucking pedal's fault. It's maddening, man, to watch people just get hurt by these things and continue to make excuses for them.
Yeah, and just from my, like I said, I got experience with both now. And like I said, that was the first time I've been on a bike or trail, you know, 10 years at least.
Yeah.
And I don't remember really making it through that trail, that loop, without having to get off at least once, or maybe I did by the time I got done riding, I don't remember. But dude, I made it all the way through that. I didn't have to get off for any obstacle.
No.
Yeah, I remember even at one part, like, there's a couple little switchbacks before it gets real rocky, before we stopped that first time.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple little sharp turns. Even, I remember that intimidating me, because it's slightly downhill, slightly off camber.
Yes.
And there's some, like, 2 90-degree turns. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, no, yeah, and there's like kind of river cobble rock.
Yep.
You know,
and so, and it's
involved.
not super technical.
No.
But when you're
It's
hooked,
enough.
It's enough to where you're hooked to your bike. Like, it causes you concern.
Yeah.
Because if
rightfully so.
Yeah, but dude, I didn't even. It was. I was accessing these memory files afterwards. I was like, oh yeah, because I rode that trail a bunch, and dude, I made it through that. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't hooked to the bike. I was like, well, I'm gonna go around this corner. I'm gonna look through the turn. And like, if I don't make it, I'll just put my foot down.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Like it was like a non-issue.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I wish I would have had these fucking flat pedals.
Yeah, rightfully so, man.
10 years ago, man.
And again, this isn't just opinion either. There are actual studies that I've seen where they, again, I don't know exactly how. I looked at the studies, and they looked at, like, you know, some injury statistics, and then looked at individuals and stuff. And there were like 2 or 3 studies, but they all concluded that statistically, clipless pedals increase your chance of injury. Like, it's not an opinion. It's not just like, oh, you know, that's just your opinion. And if you get really good at them, they're just as safe as flats. And it's like, no. Like, the fucking science says, they've done studies on this. And like, specifically like your hip, like you have a much greater chance of having a severe hip injury if you have clipless pedals, because if you start that, and that thing that you were talking about on the corner, if you start to tip to the inside, and then you can't get your foot off, or even if you get your foot off, but it's delayed by half a second, so you can't quite get your foot into the same position to offset the fall, you're gonna fucking, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Yeah. You're gonna land, and again, that's what happens to people when they run into trees and shit, and people get fucked up. Or you go over the handlebars and you can't get unclipped.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah. Like, I know several people that have done it. Like, one of my ex-clients, Aaron Gwynn, who's a real famous world champion downhill racer. When I was working with him, he was over in Moab, and he knocked out both his front teeth just fucking around on a bike at the end of a ride. And they were right at the parking lot, and he did a little just kind of drop, but he landed in some sand, and it ended up like pitching him over the handlebars. The kind of thing that if you were on flats would just been like, you know, no problem. You would have just like jumped over the handlebars and no big deal. He couldn't get his feet off the pedals. Bam, face plant, knocks out his 2 front teeth. It's like this guy's he's a professional downhill rider. Like, you know, even professionals they get fucking hurt from not getting unclipped. But you don't mention this, right? Like, it's not Aaron Gwynn didn't get unclipped and knocked his front teeth out. Just Aaron Gwynn knocked his front teeth out. Like, that's the story. And, you know, and it's not really like brought up and talked about, like, oh, how exactly did he? Or, you know, you hear about like a professional rider getting hurt, you know, getting injured in a crash. And you just know, I know, man, like if they were riding clipless pedals and you saw a video of what happened, that you would be able to point to a moment where, you see right there, like them not being able to get detached from the bike or being delayed from being detached from the bike changed the dynamic of this crash, and that resulted in the injury. And that's the thing that like people can't seem to wrap their mind around. Like that, as soon as the fucking clipless pedal changes how your foot is coming off the pedal and delays it, you're going to change the dynamic of the crash. Mm-hmm. Your ability to maneuver your body and get your foot in position and all these things is going to change. And most of the time, it's not going to be a big enough deal for it to matter. And that's why, if I get my foot off, you know, if I get good enough, it's just the same. And it's like, no, man, when you get to 100%, it ain't going to be the same. And yeah, it fucking drives me nuts, man, as you can tell. Because I see people out there. You see them, right? Like you saw, like we were out there riding. Most people were out there on their fucking clipless pedals, and they're sitting down and spinning, and you know, doing all the things with their fucking giant wide handlebars on their tippy toes. It's like, dude, how can you have fun like that? But
yeah, I had way more fun.
Way more fun.
Way more fun.
Yeah, stand up, felt like a kid on a BMX bike.
Yeah, and then climbing. Like you have that that's confidence to where like if I get stuck on this little obstacle, like I just put my foot down.
Yeah.
Like it's no big deal.
Just jump off.
Yeah, it was so nice because we'd come to a climb, you'd be like, hey, you should go that route.
Yeah.
Or follow me up this one. Like, all right, just stand up, start pedaling up it.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
no big deal, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that psychological weight that you carry. Again, if you're a road rider, it's different. You know, maybe it doesn't make as big a deal, but like on the trail.
World of difference.
World of difference, man. And again, it's one of those things that people just don't want to acknowledge, that there is a mental weight that you carry. You have to think about your feet in a way that you don't have to. And so now that mental energy is going away from something else. And, you know, or you get people who they'll like pre-unclip for stuff. Like that's the other thing. They're like, oh, I'm not scared of getting unclipped. But then you see them pre-unclip for things and ride through without being clipped in. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Why did you unclip? You know, you are scared of not getting unclipped. You're just smart enough to pre-unclip in those situations. But now you don't even have the fucking clipless pedal working for you in this situation. So what is the point? And yeah, it's the mind games people play to make excuses for those fucking pieces of shit. Just blow my mind away. So
it's funny.
Yeah, I really hope there's a day, man. It's not going to be in my lifetime, but I'd hope in like, you know, 50, 100 plus years on a long enough timeline, I do believe the truth will come out. I mean, barefoot running, you know, like it was decades that we were in fucking bodybuilding. How long were we in the fucking dark ages of bodybuilding, right? Like this shit happens, man, but like we've been wrong about so many things in the past. For people to pretend that like there's no way that they could be wrong about this just because the professionals in the Tour de France ride these things. It's like, God damn it, you people don't know your history. Like we're wrong all the time. That is not a fucking valid excuse. But yeah, I really hope at some point the truth is going to come out and we're going to look back on clipless pedals and be like, what the fuck, man? Like, you know, like the padded heels for the overstride. You know, increase your stride length when you run, right? Like, it made sense at the time. I had shoes that fucking had that. I had the knee injuries to go with it.
Yep.
But now we look back on that and it's like, fuck, man, that doesn't actually make sense. Like, when you know what's actually going on and you're not just listening to marketing hype and fucking bullshit from people trying to sell you something, then like that's silly. Like, why would you do that way when this way is way better? And one day, man, we're going to get to that point with pedals. And we're going to realize that clipless pedals were the equivalent of that big padded fucking shoe with the giant heel and them telling us to, increase your stride length to run faster. It's the exact same equivalent. And yeah, so hopefully I do a small part in getting it to there. So I think the sport will be way better off. We'll have more people in it. More people will try it. So much more
I'm looking
fun.
forward to us going out riding together.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, we got to definitely... And we got to go on, like I said, not a weekend, which is tough because you work. But so many motherfuckers here. I mean, we can deal with it. I'm spoiled is the problem.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like, because I feel the same way with skiing. You know, I try not to touch any of the resorts on the weekend. If I'm going to go out on the weekend, I'll try to do some backcountry stuff. And if, I try to definitely hit the resort during the week because it's so much. There's so many more people come Saturday, Sunday, even on Fridays.
Yeah. It's not even people. It's the fucking tourists. And I don't even mean like tourists in that they don't live here. I just mean like tourists in that just because you own a bike doesn't make you a mountain biker, right? Just because you own a pair of skis doesn't make you a skier. Yeah, there are people who are just tourists in these activities. They just come in for the weekend and then they go home. Like this isn't what they do. And so like they bring a different vibe to the whole scene than people who are doing this for a different reason. And it's more like that. Like if there was, a bunch of people, but they were all like mountain bikers, then it'd be great.
Right.
But it's not. It's like the more people that show up, the greater percentage of these fucking weekend warrior douchebags, exactly, man.
Don't know the etiquette.
Yes.
Because with every sport, there comes an etiquette.
Yes.
Everything. And you got to learn it as you get into it.
Right.
But a lot of people aren't willing to observe it and learn it.
No, especially in today's entitled society.
No, they're just not.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm big on that. Like whenever I'm getting into anything new, like the etiquette and learning not to be the new douchebag out there pissing everybody off is big. Like I'm getting into trap shooting lately.
Yeah.
I've been out shooting the shotguns. I even got a membership at the Trap and Skeet Club here in Grand Junction. Like, dude, I love it. Like I'm getting obsessed with it, dude. I listen to fucking podcasts about it, reading articles. Dude, it's ridiculous.
Dude,
because I suck at it so bad.
Let's go shoot, man.
Yeah, let's go.
All right,
let's go. But there's a lot of etiquette that goes into being out on the gun range.
Yes.
And I'm slowly learning it, and I can definitely tell when I rub some of these guys the wrong way a little bit. I'm like, so I'm course correcting, as I go. But yeah, I mean that just goes with anything. Like you got to kind of. It's good to go plow into something new, but you can't just plow blindly.
Yeah.
You got to take a minute. You got to ask a lot of questions. Sit back and observe. And like, yeah. And then you pick up on things like, okay.
Yeah.
There's a reason he behaved. Okay. And you start learning these things. But yeah, if you're just an asshole and you just fucking, I'm gonna go buy this shit and just get into it.
Yeah. It's just but the problem is that's how it's sold. No one, it's not being sold to these people. It's like, this is a lifestyle and a culture.
It's a
you
culture,
should be respectful of it as you get into it. It's just like, no, man, you have the right to come out here with your mountain bike and ride, and so you just take that right and do it, man. And yeah, it's a different vibe. It's interesting. I was talking to Kiele. Like this is one of the things that I love about jiu-jitsu culture. You see this in surfing culture. I'm sure there's other like where there is an opportunity for you to make physical contact with other people in the group. It's much easier for these corrections to take place. Like if somebody's being a douchebag in jiu-jitsu, eventually the mountain force is going to get a hold of them.
Right.
Like surfing is notorious for if you don't fucking respect what's going on, like you can get fucking beat up and your surfboard broke, and like, so don't be a douchebag. I'm sure, like I said, like it seems, I'm sure like wrestling, you kind of even have that in like baseball, right? Hockey, cycling just doesn't have that physical contact. Like there's no point where you can or should be making physical contact with another rider. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
So there is no real opportunity for a trail enforcer to subtly or not so subtly, put the equivalent of a Teddy Roosevelt in somebody's fucking eye and let them know, like, this is not how you behave. This is not how you act. This isn't what you do. there's just there's nothing like that in cycling in general and mountain biking in particular. And so there's nothing to check the douchebags, man. Nothing.
That makes sense.
And if anything, they're just even more entitled and more protected. Because like if you do say or do something, like who gets in trouble? You. Yeah.
You're being the asshole.
Or like, you know, legally or whatever,
right.
You know? And so it's it's something that has fucking bothered me for a while, because you see these fucking people come in and the way that they act. I mean, the incident with that girl that I told you about a while back, that she started mouthing off to me, and
with
then
the dogs and
yeah, and she rode like off trail and just totally, you know, douchebag thing to do. And, you know, I come down and just calmly, you know, say, hey man, don't be a douchebag. And she fucking flips out on me until Kiele rolls up and she realizes like, oh, like I might have an enforcement situation going on here. I may need to shut the fuck up. And yeah, like that kind of mentality and attitude, you see that, and it's maddening. And you're just like, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. And these people are just ruining the sport, ruining it. And unfortunately, it's just a lot of it's driven by money, you know, because the industry has to grow. Like, you know, I mean, just in general, this, you know, capitalist mindset, like capitalism's great, but attaching growth every year as part of it, you run into problems because growth becomes the goal. And so if you're not growing, you're seen as like dying and blah, blah, blah. And so to attract more people, like you have to continually attract more people to the sport. And the way that you do that is by like dumbing it down, you know, all these fucking green easy trails that have no rocks and shit like that, or, you know, people taking rocks out of trail and it being, you know, it's like, dude, it's outrageous when people alter the trail to make it easier. But it's just, again, hey, it's no big deal, man. And you know, the fucking shit just like, it drives me nuts, man. But anyways, lost my train of thought. I just started thinking about like, dude, there's like specific, it makes me sad because there's like specific trail features that over the years have been dug out and taken out, and I'm not really sure that all of them, in fact I'm positive that not all of them were like, you know, trail maintenance type stuff. And they were fun, difficult technical maneuvers that, yeah, most people couldn't do, but like now you took away that opportunity for people to become one of the riders that could do it. Like that thing's gone forever now. Now everybody's chance to try to get better at it is gone just because, you know, somebody felt that it's their right to ride this trail and not have to get off and walk at any point. And oh my God, this thing is scary and dangerous. And so we have to sanitize the trail. Like that, you know, that's the term for it, is sanitizing the trail. But, you know, you end up with, you know, that mentality and those kind of trails, and then, you know, just the way that you're promoting the sport to, you know, attract people that aren't really into it, man. It's just, hey, it's another outdoorsy thing to do. Are you an outdoorsy person? Do you hike? Do you fish? Do you camp? Hey, tack on mountain biking to that outdoorsy thing. You know, it's kind of seen as like, hey, I'm a hip outdoorsy person. I mountain bike. And that's a totally different reason and mentality and thing that you're bringing to it than like, no, I'm a mountain biker and I mountain bike kind of thing. So yeah, but that's why I love, man, I'm glad I got jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu's definitely saved.
It's got those built-in safeguards.
It does, man.
It's great.
It saved my sanity for sure. Like I think I would have lost my shit over the last few years if I did not have like jiu-jitsu and just be able to go there and like, all right, everything out there is fucked up, but I can come here and there's some order to the goddamn universe, man. Yeah. Dude, some order to it.
It's one of the reasons I love jiu-jitsu so much. Is like the world is full of so much bullshit and gray areas and hidden agendas and nonsense, and just it's so maddening. And so many people get away with behaving certain ways and just fucking nonsense, man. And jiu-jitsu, all that goes away.
Yep.
And jiu-jitsu tells the truth all the time.
On the mat, man.
And it's amazing. You slap hands, set the timer, and let the truth be told.
Yeah.
It's so simple and so pure. Dude, that is one of the biggest reasons I love it. I mean, I could, you know, have a list of 100 fucking reasons why I love it, but that is one of the the best.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, so simple. Either you strangle me or I strangle you.
Yes.
There we go.
That's it, man.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, if there's any equipment, we both got a gi on, so, you know, I can use yours and you can use mine. But yeah, outside of that, it's so simple. And shit talking don't matter. You know, ideas don't matter.
It's like what works.
Only thing that matters is what works, man. And there's one definition of what works: the mat. There's not like, oh, I got a cross country mat and a downhill mat.
Nope.
Yeah, this works in a cross country mat, but I see you're a downhill mat kind of guy. Like, fuck off, eat a bag of dicks, man. God damn it. Yeah, no, it's like, oh, you think that'll work? Okay, cool.
Cool. Let's see.
Let's see. Oh, that worked. Well, how do I get out of that?
Oh, speaking of that, remind me to show you. I had an idea in my head to show you how to deal with, you know, the way I've been escaping like half guard and side control to where like I reach underneath.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Like it's been giving you troubles. It's giving a lot of people troubles.
Yeah.
I think I have another really good solution.
Okay.
I got to show you today.
Good.
Remind me.
Yeah. Okay, I will.
Remind me.
Yeah.
I mean, you've solved it. You've got a few little solutions here and there to it.
Yeah.
You know, but I still fuck a lot of people up with it. I've been escaping a lot of positions like that, like swimming all the way through.
Yeah.
But I think
coming under.
Yeah. I think I was playing it out in my head, and then someone kind of came close to it last night. I was like, I was like, I think there's a couple little steps. Like if you do this and then win this certain race, like, I'd have to abort mission.
Yeah. We'll have to,
We'll have to sort it out today.
Yeah. I've been playing with some new passing shit lately. Yeah. I don't know, some things started clicking in my head, but I mentioned it last night. Like I started like almost kind of doing like a body lock type position and then like leg pummeling just to get their legs in between mine. And then I can squeeze my legs and just fucking work my way up. Shimmy up and just go like straight to mount. And, cause yeah, it's like trying to deal with the legs and the arms at the same time is difficult. And so I'm kind of realizing like if I just focus on the legs and I beat them in a certain way, well then they're out of the fucking equation. And then I just got to get the arms under control. And as I'm still working on that, but yeah, I've been mounting the fuck out of people lately. Yeah, man. I've been getting back to like old school, just get to mount and then just crush people's spirits.
Yeah, that's funny. I think Trey said that to me last night. I got done whooping his ass, and then he mentioned your round with him. He's like, basically, you like mounted him like 30 seconds in.
Yep.
He spent like 4.5 minutes just getting assaulted and mount.
Yeah.
Like, it sucked. I can't remember because like I'll play with him. Like I'll play in his world, like crucifix and arm drags and stuff.
Right.
I like that anyways. But I'll go into his realm because he's good with it.
Yeah.
And it makes it harder for me. And he's like, James didn't do that. He's like, James went to mount and just beat me up for fucking 4 minutes. He's like, yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah. Last night was interesting. I had this mental switch, and you've talked about it before, but like last night I was wrestling with Thomas. Not 2-Dot, but just...
Oh, Redhead Thomas?
Yeah, Redhead Thomas. Sprinkleses, exactly. Thomas Sprinkles.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of those guys that can like mentally frustrate me because, you know, you think that like, oh, he shouldn't be able to do this, or, you know, you have these expectations based on like, I've been training longer and he's blue belt and all this fucking bullshit. And so, yeah, there was like a moment in the beginning of the round where he passed my guard and I was kind of like, fuck. And I started like, you know, oh, fuck, going into like, I gotta, you know, make a good showing against Thomas mode. And then I was like, you know, fuck this. I was like, this isn't Thomas. And it's funny. It's like, after I said it, I was like, this is what Rob has said before. I was like, this is just a problem. Mm-hmm. Just solve the problem. Don't worry about Thomas. Just solve the fucking problem in front of you.
It makes it so much easier.
Yeah. It was. And it was weird, man. It's like a switch flipped. And all of a sudden I was just, you know, it was. And that's kind of, I stayed in that mode the whole night. And that's why I did that to Trey, because I wasn't thinking. I was just responding to the problems being presented without trying to do anything. And the problem that Trey presented led to mount, and then he would not let me get anything to finish him, so he had to spend 4.5 minutes there. But yeah, I like it when they try to give me their back and I won't let them. You just keep the fucking there. Keep it mounted. Yeah, they'll try to turn. It's like, you got them. It's like, oh, dude, they want out of here so bad. Nope. And you just fucking keep crushing them.
I don't like it when you get mounted. It sucks.
When I get going, man,
it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Yeah, it's fun. I was
yeah, being mounted on somebody is a lot of fun. You strangle the piss
but to make the most out of it, there has to be a little, because you're just being mean as fuck, dude. There's a difference between beating the fuck out of somebody from mount and pretty much any other position. Mm-hmm. We talked with Pimenta about it. Like he said, like back is great, but he likes mount, and you can just crush people in a way that you just can't from any other position. And to really you got to be a little sadistic to enjoy it, because that, like, because you've been there. Like, I know what it feels like to be on the receiving end of this, and the fucking panic and the other shit that's setting in because you can't breathe and this sucks and I just went out of here. Why won't this motherfucker just take my back? And but yeah, there's something fun about getting a mount and just locking down on somebody and just, nope, there's no way out of this, you little mouse. Everywhere you go, it's gonna be a dead end. But anyways, it's fun. So, how the fuck we got on that? Just talking about,
who knows,
jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
Speaking of that, though, we should probably. Do you think most people are getting back to training yet? Or do you know? Probably because jiu-jitsu gyms across the country aren't really opening yet, are they?
It's kind of hit and miss.
Is it?
Yeah, I got some people wanting to roll. Hold on. Speaking of us,
who's wanting to train?
Kenny.
Kenny.
Or Ken.
Ken, oh.
Yeah.
The big rugby power.
Yes. Yep.
The gorilla.
Our star white belt.
The resident gorilla.
At Fruita BJJ. No, man, I think that, man, I don't know. I by most people, no. I'm going to say no at this point. I'm going to say that, no.
You don't think so?
No. I think we're still in the minority. We were talking about it this morning, man. Like, we've really experienced this whole thing in a completely different way than the rest of the world. And just for several reasons. One, we were lucky enough to be in an area that wasn't hit pretty much at all by it. It's, we've stayed open, like the recreation stuff, like being able to get out and do stuff. We're opening up in general now, and there's not a willingness on the police's side to be hardcore enforcers with all of this. And so that's not necessarily the formula. Like that's a unique formula. And so I think that we're really fortunate in that regard. But I think that if anything, man, you're probably gonna just get more like fight clubs. The thing is like jiu-jitsu gyms can't officially be open. Like that's the problem. Mm-hmm. Like, when you say get back to training, like we're getting back to training. Like we're doing class, and Grand Valley's doing classes, and I'm sure there's other gyms out there that are doing things. But I think that it's all under this either it's on the down low, like, we're not officially open kind of thing, or it's one of these like, hey, we're doing it within the rules, but once we get in, how much of that are we really observing, kind of thing. So, because that's really the only way that a jiu-jitsu gym could open right now. Because I don't think the Tanner Rice's gym got busted.
Did he get busted?
Yeah.
I didn't see what happened.
Yeah.
He said he was just going to open. You guys come sort it out.
Yep.
So what do you mean by busted? Did he just get a ticket, or did he get...
Yeah, I got a ticket and told to shut down. Again, I'm going off of like some periphery stuff, but there was a gym that opened up, like I think his name was Metroflex or whatever, but like they were pretty public about the fact that they were just like, fuck it, we're opening up in defiance of the order. And so the city came and cracked down on them real hard. And so it seemed like because of that publicity, they started like cracking down on other people in the area that were in defiance of the order, that maybe weren't doing it as publicly. And so that was my understanding from the article, was kind of that's what he had said, was he felt like that's what had triggered the visit. But yeah, man, at that gym, they said that they're gonna shut him down. If he opens up again, they're gonna fine and arrest not only him but anyone who's in the gym when they come as well. So they're threatening, like,
this is in California.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This is in California. So they're threatening to like arrest the people in the gym. And man, that's just fucking wild.
Dude, that's insane.
That's insane.
You got to stand your ground at that point. I'd be like, I'm showing up in training. Like, you're gonna have to arrest me.
Yeah,
like, just on principle's sake.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that is the lowest of the low. Like, you can't get someone to do what you want, and so you start to exert pressure on the people that care about.
Yep.
Like, that's fucking low. Like that is some North Korea shit right there. And because that's what they're doing. If they were going to find him and he was going to get in trouble, I'll bet he'd take it. And he'd probably have like people donating the fucking money to pay the fines and stuff. But as soon as they start threatening his patrons and saying like, we're going to arrest them too. Well, now he's got to consider, like, do I want to really drag them into this?
Do I want to put you guys into a position like risking getting arrested?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's a tough call, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that to your students and training partners. You don't want them to make that decision.
No. So I think if anything, there's probably just more unofficial stuff and more Fight Club style things going on. I think but really, like, official training, like I said, you might have a few gyms here and there that are opening up, but yeah. Man, I was thinking I was talking with Kelly about this last night, which is, I could be totally wrong, right? This is just fucking James and his weird thoughts. But when we were rolling last night, and it's like, dude, jiu-jitsu is the last thing that they're going to allow to go back again because it's close contact. I mean, when it comes to like spreading coronavirus, I mean, it is like the worst you could get. At least is what they're saying. Why were jiu-jitsu gyms not a hot spot for coronavirus?
It's a good question.
Again, I don't know for sure that they weren't, but I would think just even within the jiu-jitsu community,
we would have heard
something about it.
If whole gyms were getting wiped out and people were getting fucked up, like,
yeah. If there was any gym that had a big outbreak, like we've heard of individuals that had it,
but no gym, like big gym outbreak.
Yeah,
not that I've heard of.
No, me either. Or like multiple ones. Like, yeah, you would think that even like fitness gyms, they won't let them fucking open because they're supposed to be so goddamn dangerous, and yet you weren't finding fitness facilities being the focal point for an outbreak. I don't know, like something. I don't know why. I was thinking about that last night, and I was like, that just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't add up.
That doesn't add up. That you would think that this would be, that you would have seen more of that, but it wasn't the case. It's just like the fucking the professional teams. We've bitched about this before. It's like, man, one person has it and then the rest of the staff and team doesn't. Like, I thought this thing was supposed to be the most
spread like wildfire. Take everybody out.
Everybody. One person gets it, they're all gonna get it. It's like, it just didn't happen. It's not what's happening. But yeah, it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting over the next few weeks because places like this are opening up. I mean, you have places in the South. I mean, Florida's, working hard to open up, and I think I saw something. I don't know what happened with it, but like Wisconsin, like their Supreme Court actually struck the whole thing down, like the whole stay-at-home thing down. So like at this moment, like I don't think they even have like official rules or anything.
Well, you see, Seth put on Fight to Win last night.
Did he?
In Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know how it looked. I didn't watch it. I don't know what the crowd, if there was a crowd.
Yeah.
Or if he just did a,
No, I'll bet there wasn't.
A broadcast on like Flow Grappling or something. But he did a Fight to Win Pro.
Yeah, it's from Gillies at bar or wherever.
I think he was doing. I think he's doing 2.
He's doing 2. Yeah.
One last night and one tonight.
Yeah.
I should get on and watch it on Flow, but
Yeah.
So and then that's Texas.
Yep. Yeah, you're getting some things, working to open up, but that's like the weird thing though, man. Like you got, and again, my point is like in a couple weeks, you're gonna see one of 2 things: either the naysayers are gonna be proved right, and we're gonna be like crushed with coronavirus cases, or we're not, and it's gonna be like, okay, like we've like obviously opening up isn't this. Isn't going to result in this, but yeah, man, forgot what the fuck I was saying again.
Coronavirus opening up.
Whatever.
Dude, you've lost your train of thought several times today. I don't know if I'm
I'm out of practice. Yeah. We didn't podcast last week.
Well, you did it too in our pre-podcast conversation a couple of times.
I was feeling a little out of it this morning.
I see that.
Yeah, I did my Wim Hof breathing, and it got my head going a little bit better. But yeah, I was feeling a little fuzzy this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your HRV? Do you know?
It's like 84. It is weird.
What about your recovery score?
Yeah, my recovery was like 87%.
Oh, sorry.
But my last 2 days have been pretty low. Like my recovery score has been low. My heart rate was up like 59. I don't know. It's one of those days when you're like, all right, Morpheus, I hear you, but like
I have days like that to where it says I'm good, like I'm in the green.
Yeah.
HRVs low to mid 80s, recovery scores 80 something. You're like, like I don't know if I agree with you today.
Yeah.
That doesn't quite make sense.
Yeah.
You know what's funny when that happens to me is it's weird because like I'll have, let's say for Mondays in general. Like I wake up pretty beat up and tired because from all my activity over the weekend. So Monday I'm like, all right, yeah. But a lot of times my HRV will still be high, my recovery score will still be good, and then but I feel a little bit rough. Like all right, I'm not gonna do any heavy lifting today. It's just gonna be kind of mobility, a little light workout. Well then Tuesday I'll wake up and my body won't feel sore. I'll feel better. But then, like my recovery score will be in the tank.
Yeah.
And like it takes like 2 days, and it's I'm like, come on.
Yeah, it's that day after the day after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. So, but it's still a good tool.
It is a good tool.
Yeah. God, what was I gonna? Oh, I wanted to ask you what you thought, because. You probably heard about the accusations against De La Riva.
Yeah, a few weeks back there.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much of it. I haven't followed up on it.
Yeah. But man, I had this thought. I mean, again, innocent till proven guilty. We actually have a buddy of ours is a black belt under a De La Riva black belt. And so, hopefully whatever's going on is able to be resolved in some mutually beneficial way, but it got me thinking, like, man, this is why you don't want to name moves after a person, because, like, let's say worst case scenario, right? Again, this is just conjecture for the sake of argument, right? Is like, what happens if it does get proven that this guy was, sexual misconduct or whatever it is that he's being accused of? Like, let's say that it is that, right? Do we really want to continue as a jiu-jitsu community? Like, there's going to be people who aren't like going to want to continue to refer to a position that's named after a convicted or whatever, someone who did something.
I think it depends on how heinous the crimes were.
Right, but can you imagine? No, but let's just say it was worse than we thought, right? Like, to the point that we're like, dude, what would you do? I don't know. It was this weird thought experiment that popped in my head.
Thankfully, we haven't come to that in the jiu-jitsu world, and hopefully we never do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of a funny thing.
Because it's the only move that's named after a person. I mean, you have the Kimura, but like De La Riva, is like the De La Riva guard and the De La Riva hook and stuff are like
after De La Riva.
Yeah, like associated directly with him, and it's unique. Like I said, you don't really have anything else like it that's associated specifically with a single person like that, named after him. And so, yeah, like what do you? Yeah, what do you do? Would we rename everything? Like,
no, I'll stick with it.
I would say we would just consult Danaher and say, what is the Japanese name for this position? And that is what we will all start calling it now. But I'm sure there's something.
I'm sure there's something.
He probably calls it that anyways. But that would be the answer. We would just consult the Oracle. What should we call it now, Oracle? But yeah. I don't think it'll get there, hopefully not, but it was a weird thought that popped in my head. I was like, fuck, dude, that's going to be a really weird thing if that happens. And like, you know, you get this thing where people are trying to rename this position and yeah, it would look weird. It'd be very...
Nah, I think just because somebody does something bad doesn't erase the good they did. And if he came up with the position, I'm still alright calling it the De La Riva.
I don't disagree, but I'm just, you know that there will be a discussion about it. Because, I mean, let's say that you're a woman who, you know, dealt with the, you know, similar thing, and you own a gym, and it's like, do you, you know, like, you really want to continue to...
Well, I can see, like, say you were a De La Riva affiliate.
Yeah.
And wanting to take that name off your gym, that's one thing.
Right.
But as far as all... Because, I mean, look at all the ridiculous names we give shit.
Yeah.
You know, so it wouldn't be much to change a name or to give it a new name. I still got to kind of figure out a move for the Murder Hornet.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's what we do. We come up with names and then try to come up with...
moves that fit it.
Moves. That's right. It's like the drug companies invent a drug and then figure out what it fits.
What it fits. That's
we invent a name and then figure out what it fits.
We need a move called the Murder Hornet.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be good.
I was explaining a good use of the Teddy Roosevelt last night to Thomas, Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
He, you know, because he was on me in top north south, and I got his lapel out and stuck my foot in it, pried it off, swept him or whatever. And after the match, he's like, dude, he's like, I just hate it when someone gets their foot in my tail like that and can pry me off. He's like, it's so frustrating. I was like, here, let me show you the solution. I was like, are you familiar with the Teddy Roosevelt? And he, being that he's Dutch.
Right.
Might not be, right?
Right.
And he's like, no. I was like, here, just put your knee on my face. He's like, oh. He's like, that works pretty good. I was like, yeah, just untwist a little bit, enough to put your knee out, like cross-face me with your shin and your knee.
Yeah.
I was like, it'll solve that problem.
Dude, that reminds me of something. I saw this video and immediately thought of you. This is...
Where we at?
This is the origins of jiu-jitsu. Look at the fucking Teddy Roosevelt.
You use the Teddy Roosevelt.
Yes,
right there, yeah.
Liberal use of the Teddy Roosevelt. This is what jiu-jitsu originally was. It was the hand-to-hand fighting
right
art.
There, he's using the Teddy Roosevelt again right there.
Yeah. So this was on Leg Locker's Instagram account, and it's showing apparently this is like a competitive thing. Boom.
Yep, right to the Kimura setup or stabbing, whatever.
Yeah. And this is guys in samurai armor, basically doing fucking jiu-jitsu in armor, and the goal is to pull out a knife and pretend stab the fuck out of the other person, that's
a pretty fun sport. Right
yeah.
There,
like this is the shit Musashi did. Like, you know, because Musashi did jiu-jitsu. That was the fucking...
Man, I want to play with that one. Those big long ones.
But then he got mounted and looked. But then he got stabbed on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, just because you're mounted doesn't mean you win. If
man.
Stabbing implements involved.
Yeah, you got to control
that arm. Control that weapon. He's getting the shit stabbed out of him, boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was dope.
Oh!
He was using a lot of those guys were using the Teddy Roosevelt quite a bit.
Yeah, dude, when I was watching that, and it made me, that was the first thing I thought of, is very liberal use of the fucking knee to the eyeball.
It's a great way to crossface.
Yes.
Especially if they got headgear on, you know, protective equipment.
Yeah.
Because you can put that in there and just force their head, you're crossfacing them to look the other way.
Yeah.
With your body weight and your shin. Like,
dude, knee on face, knee on shoulder, very underrated position. I use it a lot.
I use it a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm really good at being gentle with it.
Right.
I can vary my degree of, a lot of times, with our training partners, like I can just place it there and I'll get compliance.
Yeah.
Or I can kind of slide it in and just make them look the other way. I don't have to put much pressure on it.
Right.
It accomplishes the task pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Unless someone's not familiar with it, then they're just like eating it.
They'll learn. Yeah. Anyways, I thought you'd appreciate that.
Dude, speaking of Teddy Roosevelt, so I'm like halfway through that first Teddy Roosevelt book I'm reading.
Oh, yeah?
Because it's a 3-book series. The author is Edmund Morris, or Edwin. I think it's Edmund Morris. And he's like a Pulitzer Prize-winning author. It's a pretty famous series of books on Teddy Roosevelt. The first one that I'm reading, I think it's called The Rise of Teddy Roosevelt. I believe I started with the first one in the series. Hopefully I did. If not, fuck it. But dude, I'm like 400 pages in. It's roughly 700-800 page book. It's a good book. Right now, I don't know what the other books are going to get into. Like, this has just kind of been an overview.
Yeah.
Of kind of getting into how he came to be Teddy Roosevelt that we know, Theodore Roosevelt, and different things he's done, and his adventures in cattle ranching in the Dakotas. And, it's really cool to read about his experience in North Dakota, because a lot of the area he was hanging out in and bought a ranch in was where I was up working in the oil fields, up by Killdeer and these Indian reservations and stuff up there. So it's really, and even talking about the weather back then, how horrific it was, and just killing cattle every year. I'm like, I've been there. Dude, he's a bad motherfucker, man. But he wasn't all great. Like, he was...
Yeah.
I don't know if he course corrected. I haven't got to the point in the part of his parenting. Like, so, for example, his first wife died. Spoiler alert, I guess it happened in 1910, so late 1800s, so should be
spoilers in this. Okay.
But his first wife and his first child he had, she died like pretty soon after birth, and he was so heartbroken by it, he just refused to speak of it, like almost even acknowledge that she existed. And his little daughter reminded him so much of his his past wife that like he almost just kind of like abandoned her. Like gave his daughter to his sister. And his sister did a lot of the raising, especially early on.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of a shitty. I mean, he wasn't the greatest person in all aspects.
Yeah. No.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen if because then he gets married again, and I think his new wife, Edith. Yeah, I think she says, hey, we need to be raising this daughter of yours. And by then, she's like 3 or 4. I think they take her kind of back under her wing. Mm-hmm. So he starts accepting her, I think. But for the first few years of that kid's life, he's like, he'd fly in once in a while, cruise in, and give her a little kiss on the head, and go back about his way.
Yeah.
Like he was so upset emotionally, he wouldn't. So he's not all perfect.
No.
But dude, it's a good fucking book, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm obsessed with learning about him, but interesting dude. Very interesting dude.
Think he'd wear a face mask?
Fuck no. Fuck no. He ain't wearing a face mask.
Oh, yeah. No, that was a different generation, man. Mm-hmm. For sure. And I thought about, for some reason, old MacArthur. I read that book. That dude, like, his philosophy was like, look, man, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I'm not going to be a little bitch. And it's just, that's a different mindset. That's kind of like how Teddy Roosevelt was. It's like, dude, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I'm not going to be a little bitch. I'm going to, fucking do my thing. And that's, yeah, I thought about that with MacArthur. I was like, man, what would MacArthur think of all this nonsense right now? That dude would stand on a fucking battlefield while bombs are dropping and just be like, hey, if that one's got my name on it, it does. There's nothing I can fucking do about it. Right? Like, sometimes he takes stupid risks because of that.
Right.
But it's what made him who he was and what made people fucking want to follow him. And yeah, like, those people are just not as in...
they're in short supply.
They're in short supply these days. Like, yeah, those fucking kind of people used to be in politics. You just don't find people like that in politics now. You got Nancy Pelosi and... Did you know Gavin Newsom, the fucking governor of New York, is her nephew?
I did not.
Yes. All of a sudden,
that makes sense.
A bajillion fucking things just fell into place when I found that out.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I know he's basically a dumbass.
Oh.
The shit they're doing in California is insane.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate. I mean, we have a Democratic, pretty liberal governor here in Colorado.
Yeah.
But he's nowhere near doing the stuff that Newsom's doing in California.
No.
This shit is fucking ridiculous.
It doesn't make any sense, man.
No.
That's the... You can almost see them being super restrictive on shit in New York because, they got hit really hard. But even then, like I said, like my buddy lives in Cooperstown, and that's, New York State, but it sounds like they're in the same position that we are, where there really wasn't a local outbreak. There's nothing really going on, but they just have them all on lockdown. They still can't go and do anything. And, you can almost see that, but like California makes no sense. Like they never had the emergency. They never had the big, no hospitals were being overrun. So it's like, why? It just doesn't make any sense. That's what doesn't make fucking sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that aren't adding up. And I'm really starting to believe that there's more and more nefarious reasons for the things they're doing. Could it just be ignorance? They're not willing to admit that they made a mistake and let's back off restrictions. That could very well be part of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not smart enough politically and how the system works and all this. But man, like it stinks of shenanigans.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, and hopefully time will tell. Hopefully 10 years from now, there will be some shit that comes out. Like there'll be like a tell-all.
Yeah.
Like somebody high up and it's like, that's it. I'm writing a book on this. Like this is what went down.
Yeah.
That's what I have a feeling. There's got to be something going on because it doesn't make sense.
No.
To the way things are and what they're willing to do and just really fuck the economy right up. Like it doesn't make sense, man.
Yeah.
I can't make sense of it. I even like you try to like put your self in their shoes or different viewpoints and really think about it. Okay, let's see if I go down this rabbit hole, let's see. Like you can't connect any dots. Like you try to follow their line of logic. Like, okay, let's do this, and you see how they came to this decision, and then what would be next. Like none of it makes sense. And so I had to like stop thinking about it and paying attention.
Yeah.
When all this shit first started going down, I was really like balls deep in it, watching everything. Nah, I just checked out. Like.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
But if you're living in the middle of LA and you're still on stay at home lockdown shit and nothing you can't open it, like
it's
a different thing, man.
Yeah, it's a different experience than what we have going on.
Yeah. And that's where a lot of people are finding themselves, and you're getting more and more people just being like, what the fuck? Is that I heard, I forget where I read it, but this saying that science is a beautiful theory, often destroyed by an ugly fact. Mm-hmm. And that happens in science, right? So like if you're going to attach the word science to anything, you have to be willing to like let go of your beautiful theory because some ugly fact comes to light. Mm-hmm. And the ugly fact is that this is not as deadly as they said it was going to be. It's not what they thought it was. And it's the other thing too, is they've presented math. That's why they call it math and science. Like math is not science. So using mathematical models to predict things is not really science. Mm-hmm. Like science is involved in it, but that's not.
But that's just a theory.
But that's just it, right? So they're using mathematical models to kind of speed up the scientific method. The scientific method is I come up with a theory and then I test it and then I see what happens, or a hypothesis, whatever the fucking terminology is. And that's tough to do right now, right? We can't say, well, this city's gonna stay home and this city's not, and we're gonna run a test and see what happens. So what they do is they use these computer models. They use mathematical models and algorithms to speed that process up and run these experiments basically virtually. That's not the same thing. But the problem is these things have been presented as like scientific fact. Like they've run these models using these mathematical models, and then you have these guys with letters behind their names standing up there saying the science shows that this is what's going to happen. And it's not true. Like they're misusing words, right? They're not actually telling the truth. And so, but now you're starting to find out that like, oh, these, this beautiful theory that they developed based on these mathematical models, the ugly facts are showing that that's just not true. But it's hard to walk that back. Like, I think it's a combination of trying to walk things back. But I do agree, man. I think that people see an opportunity to consolidate some power, and they're trying to do it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that was the original reason for it.
But there's a good opportunity
I
there.
think that that's what's going on. Is you got a combination of people who won't admit that they were wrong and just be truthful. Like, hey, man, we plugged the numbers that we had into the data, into the models. We have better numbers now, and the better numbers are telling us something different. So we have to adjust our plan. Like that shouldn't be so hard. But it seems like
it's impossible.
Fucking impossible.
Like they're unwilling to do it.
Unwilling.
But I think it goes back to what we've talked about before. Like, once you give these government people and these politicians power, they're not going to relinquish it.
No.
I don't know. You're foolish to think they are. And I think that's part of it too.
Yeah.
Like, they get they're sinking their little claws in. Little bits here and there. They're not going to retract those claws because they don't have to. I mean, and I think that's part of it too. That's where I'm leaning towards this nefarious type shit. I think the shenanigans of them, coming up on election year is just terrible timing for all this. Terrible for us people. But good.
On some level, I think it's good because I don't know, maybe if they're doing shenanigans and they're using this as a cover for that, yeah, you're right. But I think that it's actually good we have an election coming up so quickly, because the people are going to be able to speak pretty fucking loudly very quickly on how they feel people are handling this shit. You know what I mean? Like, mm-hmm. Imagine if this was like a non-election year, right? And these fucking governors and all the shit was if the people didn't have a chance to say, yeah, you're doing a good job in keeping you in, and you're not. So I actually think it's kind of good we got an election coming up, because it does, like, you know what I mean? That's going to be the number one fucking topic. Like, we need to open the country up, or we need to stay shut down. Like, that's that's going to be a big talking point for it. And the people are going to be able to vote based on who they agree with. So, at least I hope so. They're not just like tied up in other nonsense. But so why do you think that it's not necessarily good?
Because I think the Democrats are going to try to use it as a way to get Trump out of there, and they're going to do it at all cost, at any cost.
Yes,
to us citizens of this wonderful country. That's what I think. Yeah, it's going to be used. It's more of that political football now, and at any cost. So that's really what I think.
Yeah, well, that's why I think it's going to backfire, though, because like I said, the people have a vote, mm-hmm. and they've done it before, right? I mean, Trump being in office, it shouldn't have happened. Like the people behind the opinion making machines in this country, they're not tapped into reality. Like, they have this idealized version of reality, and they're trying to, we were talking about this morning, like, Michigan, like, they're starting to find out, like, oh, reality there is way different. Like, there's a bunch of armed motherfuckers here, and they're getting pissed. And, like, that's, dude, that's reality. Like, you're messing with forces. And I don't mean, like when you start messing with people's jobs and the economy and food, like, these are historically forces that have led to very bad things. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, it's like, dude, people are messing with these things for political and clickbaity reasons. Like, that, dude, fucking CNN and just all of these, just the bullshit and scare tactics that they use to get clicks, not understanding, like, you guys are fucking with really, really, really dark forces, man. You get people really freaked out about the food supply. What do you think they're going to do?
What are they going to do?
What are they going to do?
You don't want to find out.
No. And so, like, you don't want to be untruthful about the situation, but purposefully painting the situation worse than it is because you hope that it hurts Donald Trump, it is fucking wild to me that these people don't understand it. And yeah, like in California, like, man, you can't consolidate your power at the expense of people's jobs and the economy. Like, there's gonna be repercussions for that. And that's the beautiful thing about this country, man, is we have survived this long, and because every 4 years we have a chance to have a bloodless coup. Like, man, we don't like what's going on. We have the opportunity to kick out who's in charge and put someone new in. And that's basically what a coup is, you know? And so we have that opportunity coming up. And I think that that's actually works to our advantage because, if they push this real hard and they push it long enough, I do think bad things could happen. But if we have an election coming up and they really miscalculate the situation like they did with Trump, and the people are able to vote and get fucking new people in who are handling the situation better, then it's going to be a relief valve for the situation. Because right now, like, the pressure's building. And it's like, we need some sort of relief valve to let this pressure off, because if these motherfuckers just keep building it, like, they don't, like, something's going to blow. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I think the elections will actually be a good relief valve, and that the opinion makers in this country are just greatly miscalculating because again, like I've read before, like, the thing is, it's not, most Americans are afraid to go back out. It's like, really? Because what we've seen is as soon as you give them the opportunity to go back out, people are going right the fuck back out. And most of them don't give a fuck about the rules, man. They don't want to wear face masks, and they don't care. They just want to be able to go out and do their thing. And so, to say that, people are afraid to go out doesn't necessarily fit what you see again. And so, yeah, I think that there's just a miscalculation on the politicians' part. So
we shall see.
Great, man. Yeah, you get to fucking vote on this stuff, which we will. But if they're going to rig the elections and use this as the cover,
that's I have a concern that could happen.
Yeah, me too. I feel like that's about the only way Joe Biden could win is through
shenanigans.
Yep. Pretty much. Just all of a sudden you find out, there's mail-in votes, and half of them have been dead for 50 years. They're in the graveyard.
What's up, dude?
All right, man. Came to finish out. We're just about to wrap up.
Yep.
Wow.
So
I was wondering where you were.
We're gonna go opposite. Instead of starting with the Pokemon update, we're gonna finish with the Pokemon update.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're ready?
Yes.
Its name is Incineroar. It evolves from Torracat. Torracat is its second stage. It has 160 hit points. It's a fire type. Its attacks are Fire Fang, which does 30 damage, and Darkest Lariat, which does 100 plus damage. Its weakness is Water type. It does 20 more damage. And it's a rare. The thing on the bottom says, this Pokemon has a violent, selfish, disposition.
Nice, dude. Good job.
That is good.
It's not in the mood to listen. It will ignore its trainers.
Doesn't sound like a very good student.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Orders with compliment notice.
He's trying to read the tiniest print known to man.
That is insane that they print it so small.
It's so small. Yes. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Finish that up, and then you gotta tell him about Wolfie.
Yeah.
What's Wolfie?
No,
sorry, you gotta finish that up.
Complete non. Okay, so this Pokemon has violent, selfish disposition. It's not in the mood to listen. It will ignore its trainers. orders with complete nonchalance.
Nonchalance. Dang, dude.
Nonchalance.
Wow. You know what nonchalance means?
No.
Just like, yeah, it's like no big deal. I'm not even gonna pretend that I hear you.
Okay.
Wow,
dude, you're
awesome,
you're a
man.
reading fool, man.
I know.
That's really good. You got some skills there,
Now
buddy.
I'm gonna tell him about
Yes, Wolfie. Tell us about Wolfie.
I have a pet wolf spider.
Do you really?
It's a pretty decent size. It's like, how big?
It's about like that big.
Where's this thing
About a
at?
nickel, a little dime, between a dime and a nickel.
I want to know where this thing is at all times.
He's in his bug cage.
With a good lid on it?
Yeah.
All right, that's all I need to know.
But he,
They can't get out while I'm around.
you don't like wolf spiders?
I don't like any spiders.
Oh man, wolf spiders are cool as shit.
Yeah.
They're the ones that hunt, so they don't spin webs and hang out. They'll go out and actively hunt, and so like we'll put flies and stuff in there,
Snaky.
and dude, that thing will frickin' track them down and pounce on them and attack them. So yeah,
If he's out, I can show him to you.
Okay,
he's a grappling spider.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty sweet, man. I like wolf spiders; they're fun. So
Spiders freak me out a little bit.
yeah,
I'm not a big fan of spiders and snakes and such. As long as they're in their cages with lids on, I'm good.
I had a pet inchworm.
I'm okay with inchworms.
And he died.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's fun. Did I just say it's fun?
It's fine.
it's fine.
I thought I said it's fun.
No.
I heard you had a couple wipeouts on the old bike
I did. At the ranch.
at the ranch. That's what happens when you're pushing the limits a little bit.
Yeah, but it's alright. He got back on there and rode down the corner a couple times before he crashed again. But we all crash, man. I've crashed so many times.
Too
Oh
many
my
times
God.
to even remember.
Yeah, it's just part of the deal. So it means you're riding hard enough. If you're not crashing, you're not trying hard enough. So good job for trying hard.
Yep.
Thanks.
Oh, and you done with first grade?
All done, huh?
I'm officially a second grader. Yesterday was my last day of school, right?
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Sweet. On to second grade next year, huh?
Yeah. You made it through, man. So
That's pretty
it'll
good.
be interesting to see what school is like next year. Hopefully we're back to sending him in to hang out with his friends.
Hope so.
But
I have faith you will be. Get to go hang out with your friends all day.
then we survived the they'll be done. Did you hear they're doing like a drive-through graduation?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Some things in regards to that.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Apparently the Freedom Monument seniors are going to hold a protest over it and like ask for a regular one in July or something like that, or June or July. But yeah, it's wild, man. That like, people can go to fucking Walmart and Home Depot and the beer store, but we can't figure out how to let some kids fucking have a graduation. And that's what I think really frustrates people, because they don't feel like, we were talking about that with those protesters in Michigan and stuff. It's like, you just want to feel like you're being heard and you're being understood, and that people think that your concerns are valid. And man, right now, the only valid concern in the entire world is keeping everyone safe from coronavirus. That's it. And so like, it's got to be super frustrating to keep trying to say like, hey, can we work something out? And it's just like, no. And it's just like, fuck, man. Like, so that's cool. I'm glad the kids are stop doing that, man. Don't pick that. Leave it alone. Picking those scabs, man. I used to do that too.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad they're doing something. I'm glad the kids are, setting up some sort of protest to try.
That's good.
Yeah, they're basically going to show like, look, man, we can all get together and maintain distance and have like a little mock graduation and do it in a safe way. So, why won't you let us do it for real? And yeah, who wants to drive through? You get 2 cars per family, so you're gonna pile your whole family into the car, and then they get like 10 seconds. They drive up, they hand them the diploma, take the picture. They don't even get out of the car, and then they drive on. And because they got so many kids, they're like, yeah, we got to try to spend like fucking 10 or 15 seconds with each kid or something ridiculous like that. It's like, what is that? Like, that's ridiculous.
That's the best word for it, ridiculous.
Yeah. Whoever came up with that just needs to go back to the drawing board. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, we're going to go do some training.
Heck yeah.
Got Grumpy Guy.
Yep.
Old Adam's going to come.
He's back from New York?
He's texting. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, he said he could come in and cough on us.
I want to see his test results.
Yeah.
Before I train with him.
Don't try to take his forehead on his temperature. You might cause a ruckus. But
no, that's good. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah. Back coming into his
Sweet.
So he's going to come do Grumpy Guy and train with us. So
cool.
Yes. If anyone's going to have coronavirus, it'll be him.
So this would be a good experiment. If we're not here... Well, we're going every other week?
I think so, yeah.
So, my apologies for not posting an episode this week. It was going to be the non-episode episode.
Yes.
To let everybody know what was going on. I failed in my duties there. No excuse. I failed. I kept saying I was going to do it, and next thing you know, it was Friday afternoon, and I was at work. And I was like, oh, shit, I forgot to do that. My fault. No excuses. And then, so next week, technically, we won't have an episode. Or this will come out next week.
Yeah. Yep, so we're going to go every other week.
Every other week.
Yeah, next Saturday we'll go ride bikes or throw some disc golf or
something more fun.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Fuck yeah.
All right, man. I say we call it a wrap.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go eat some bread.
See ya.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the Grumpy Guy BJJ Podcast.
Thank you all for listening. You can find us on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Please make sure to subscribe and leave us a review. It really does help and will allow us to keep putting out episodes. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, hit us up at grumpyguybjj@gmail.com. Also, go to our website, grumpyguybjj.com, and get signed up for podcast updates and get our free BJJ Improvement Starter Kit. That's it for now, so get on the mat, train hard, and talk to you all next week. With a permanent rep, a hermit now, boom. Doggy stool, foggy, cool, got a froggy outside Molly dude. Melancholy Daisy dude, hanging by the lace of their shoes. No trace of the tools, shaped in your face, fuck the rules. Snooze, you lose. One eye always open, in times two, no clue, but soon a brief monsoon might give you a view to choose. Stay tuned, include, won't conclude. To the end is near, beware there's consequences for what you do. To me, demon, a devil of many levels, I keep on feeding. For several of them rebels, me, myself,